In the fourth season of Superman and Lois, Michael Cudlitz's portrayal of Lex Luthor has established him as the show's nemesis of choice. It appears that the DC series is undergoing a significant transformation of the character when he confronts Clark Kent. Despite the fact that the cast of Superman and Lois Season 4 is not as large as it was in previous seasons, those who are still on the show are being utilized in an efficient manner. In the case of Cudlitz and his interpretation of Lex Luthor, this is the situation. It is possible that Michael Rosenbaum's portrayal of Lex Luthor, the villainous Superman, is still the best live-action depiction of the character. Nevertheless, Cudlitz is working to ensure that this is not the case. It is possible that the character does not possess any powers yet. This has not prevented Luthor from making the Kents' lives exceptionally difficult. As a result of Lex Luthor's ability to convert Bizarro into Doomsday and exert control over him, Superman is ultimately defeated. Undoubtedly, Clark Kent has resurrected from the dead. On the other hand, Lex gave Superman a weakness that will remain with him forever, since the fact that General Sam Lane's heart does not make the Man of Steel as powerful as he was before. As a result of the most recent episode of Superman and Lois, Lex Luthor has become an even more terrifying character. This is because the episode hints to a power upgrade that will be even more dangerous for Superman. The war suit that Lex Luthor wears in Superman and Lois has not been shown on the show as of yet. On the other hand, by the time the 6th episode of the 4th season of Superman and Lois comes to a close, it is made abundantly obvious that the iconic armor from DC Comics will be appearing on the program in the near future. Amanda disclosed the information to Lex when they were having a talk. Immediately following her announcement to Luthor that she has decided to support him, Amanda informs Lex that he is going to require a killer suit. The path that is going to take is not hard to see. Despite the fact that it has not yet been seen, the warsuit that Lex Luthor wears was shown off in the mid-season teaser for Superman and Lois Season 4. In the video, Michael Cudlitz's character, Lex Luthor, can be seen getting dressed up and taking off. There is a striking resemblance between his warsuit and the exosuit that John Henry Irons wore in the series. Due to the fact that the two characters are related, that is not an error. It was believed that John Henry was an alternate Earth's version of Lex Luthor when he first debuted on the program. This was owing to the fact that his suit was constructed using technology used by Luthor Corporation, which recognized him as Lex Luthor. After some time has passed, Cudlitz's Lex could be painted green and purple. The 4th season of Superman and Lois has been preparing for a spectacular battle between Superman and Lex Luthor, who both possess superpowers. It was once believed that the combat would take place in the guise of the Man of Steel engaging in a battle against a Doomsday that was controlled by Luthor. However, because Lois Lane was successful in persuading the Thing to leave, Lex was forced to get his hands dirty in order to solve the problem. A hand-to-hand combat between Lex and Clark Kent is attempted, with the assistance of the scientist Milton Fine, with the goal of Lex victory. The weakened Clark is still able to defeat Luthor, despite the fact that he turned on the streetlights that were powered by the red sun. Lex Luthor is forced to construct his warsuit because he is unable to let go of his desire to destroy the Kent family and because he does not have any other options available to him. Putting Lex Luthor's warsuit to use in the DC series is not only a logical decision, but it also makes perfect sense from a narrative standpoint. There are only 4 more episodes left to air in the 4th season of Superman and Lois before the show is officially canceled. In light of this, the television program about Superman ought to attempt to incorporate as many cool references to the comics and things that fans have been requesting as possible before there is no more time. One of the most appealing aspects of the DC series Superman Lois is the fact that it features fully developed renditions of characters that are considered to be famous. The parents of adolescent children, Superman and Lois Lane, are responsible for the imprisonment of Lex Luthor for more than 17 years. In this universe, there is a great deal of history, and the most appropriate way to conclude the program would be to use Superman's most infamous adversary, who is also the person with whom he has the most history in this particular interpretation of the character's mythos. By requiring Lex Luthor to wear his warsuit, the fourth season of Superman and Lois brings to mind the comics in a way that just a few DC ventures do. In a combat that was fair, Clark Kent was able to defeat Lex Luthor, but in the process he sustained injuries. The fact that Lex Luthor is dressed in his warsuit ensures that there will be another conflict between the two of them. Lex may be able to devise a strategy that will give him an advantage in the fight, given that Superman is less powerful after he has been brought back to life. The conclusion of the fight between the protagonists is made more uncertain by the fact that Michael Cudlitz's character, Lex Luthor, is wearing his warsuit. Since all of the cast members will be returning for the final episode of the Superman and Lois series, it appears that if Superman, played by Tyler Hoechlin, requires assistance, he will receive it in the Superman and Lois series finale.